Welcome back, gamers. Lazy Gamer here, and today in RPG Maker MV tutorials we will cover plugins because I can't take it anymore. The vanilla game is, well, fine. I want stuff to happen, so yeah. So firstly, where can you get plugins? Well, I covered some of that in my first video, but here we can go over it again because, of course, now we are to actually install them. Google is your friend here, obviously, but also I showed you this page. Janfly, he makes, or she, no one's really sure what his or her sex is, but if I haven't missed anything and they've told someone, but anyway, makes excellent plugins. And to get stuff from this page, just go to plugins, and choose. For instance, you can go to the link. Now, to download plugins, if you just press right click, left click like you usually do, you just get, you get the code, really, which is fine. You can copy and paste it into a text editor and save it as a JS, but there is a simpler method. If you simply right click on it and save link as, and you can save it wherever you want, really, but I'd like to save them in the where I have my game, or where RPG Maker is, and that would be under Steam apps, common, and let's find RPG Maker. You are there. And it depends what you have. If you bought the DLCs, you will have, I think, some came with the game, and you have to arrange that by himself. Since this is Janfly, I will save it in the Janfly folder. I have it already, obviously, so I'm just gonna save it again. Nothing here I particularly want right now. I have most of it. The thing is, Janfly updates his, at least some of his plugins fairly often. Mining system, interesting. So check here with sometimes to see if anything has been updated. So yeah, you can also find plugins here. This is the general forum. We have to go down to scripting, find a JavaScript board for MV, and here we can find a bunch of plugins. You can search if you want to search something specific. For right now, that's about it. I have the plugins I want already, so let's go at it. Plugins, before you put them into your directory, will be where I just showed you in the DLC folder. I want a hell many of Ianflies. Keyboard config I want. I'm not going to, but what you at least want is the core engine, which will make some changes. Very appropriate and good changes, if you ask me, and you will need it for many of his other mods. I want equip core, event chase player, could be fun, but I'm just gonna select some, and I'm going to fast forward this area, and I will continue when I am finished selecting my plugins from there. Right, so I want this as well. This is the most important plugin in all all his web pages, and I will show you why shortly. Anyway, when we have them, don't move them, but rather copy them into your project tutorial, in this case, GS plugins. There are some here already, you will see. I shall control copy, control paste. Let's see, any other plugins we might want. Yami has skip title, that I do want. Hospital. Yeah, that's fine. Let's take them over. I can copy over other plugins as I want later. We have some to start with. I'm not going to go through everything. I'm going to show you the process. So go into your plugin manager. OK, cancel, apply. Right click. You can edit. You can also double click and that will do the same. Here you have a plugin folder or manager submenu. Let's try and find Core Engine. Like mods in games like Skyrim and Fallout New Vegas. Things are often dependent on other things, so the core engine should really be on top, and it will say so here. Usually, here we will have, or if the plugin maker is good, there will be instructions under the help menu. If things need to be copied, I would suggest you copy this to separate text editor or something like I showed you previously. There are some general options. We will leave them for what they are. You don't really need to do much with this. This is merely a basis for some of his other plugins. Beyond that, you can do changes, of course, but and it's really that simple to add a plugin. Now that plugin is installed and will be, if there's nothing wrong, it will work as advertised. Of course, some plugins, well, all of Yanfly plugins should work together, but if you download plugins from somewhere else, they might conflict with Yanfly's or other makers if they try to do the same thing. So just be mindful of that. So I'm gonna install another plugin. I'm gonna show you. Most important plugin, in my opinion, and it actually does nothing apart from adding a separator. That is very good to have, especially if you want Yanflies and then other users. And of course, this is a core plugin. Yanfly also have utility plugins, which we will install one right now. I want the keyboard config. That's a utility plugin. You can do some stuff here, but really it will all come to pass, if I remember correctly, when you go to options. You should now have a keyboard config, and you can. I want this set up, and finish. And game hasn't even crashed. So now I can use those instead of the arrow keys, so I can still have control over my mouse. I'm gonna show you one more time how to install plugins, and then I will leave you. You should have the basics of it by now. I'm gonna control copy and paste is of course useful in game as well, not only copying text. You can copy events and all sort of stuff, but that's not relevant right now. Double click or right click, and I want yummy skip title. Okay. As long as this is on, you can right click and turn it off. That you can do with every plugin. Shows this to be off. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't matter, but it's not. It's good to have it off just on principle, so it doesn't. As long as it is off, it won't do anything. If I turn this off, that won't do anything. So that's good. For now, I want this on, because when I start the game now, I go directly into the game instead of going through the menu. When you're testing things all the time, it's good not to have to go through the menu, unless you want to use the menu to open save games and so on, which I do on occasion. But there you have it. We have covered plugins, and I will install more plugins off screen, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.